Get it. Battle me if you dare. Smooth operator, don't innovator. Sucker MCs beware. Smooth operator, don't innovator. Blind, I swear. Throw your hands up. Smooth operator, don't innovator. Smooth operator, don't innovator. Hands up in the air. Smooth operator, don't innovator.
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lebry, King Mike L. This is Legit Paranormal Vacation Planners. Brought to you by Legit Paranormal. Brought to you by legitpodcast.com. It is a Monday night, November 14th, 2022, which is 11142022. Christ, buddy. I got nothing. Maybe no, I got nothing. 3 1s, then there's a 4, and there's 3 2s. Nothing. I get nothing for the math geeks. Joining me, Buddy Money Fair.
How you doing, Mike? I don't know. I'm just drawn to the outdoor weather. With the weather getting colder, it's nice to look outside and see the loons and see the beach. And when I think of the beach, Mike, I think of this beer that I'm drinking this evening, this lovely evening. It's called Sea and Sand. It's a lovely pale ale. It's a pale ale, Mike. You might actually appreciate it. It's brewed with what's that? Mosaic and Simcoe hops. It's made by our friends down at Shades On Beer Company down in South Kingston, Rhode Island. It's a lovely beer when I want to think about going on vacation and not working, which I'm kind of doing right now, but I have a torn meniscus, so it's not really a vacation. And just
Torn what?
relaxing.
Torn what?
Torn meniscus.
I like you saying that word.
Meniscus.
I
It's
enjoy
fun,
that.
but not really that fun.
Fun to hear you say.
My beer is fun though. It's very delicious.
Okay.
Mm.
Buddy, joining us also.
Ooh, joining us also, Mike.
Yes,
There's more.
Big Z Dodge. Big Z, how are you?
Good. I'm actually in reality, and it's cold as balls out, and so I'm drinking some hot chocolate.
Oh, look at you, cold as balls.
I hate that term, cold as balls, because cold and balls do not go to. Never mind.
It's
That's
total shrinkage.
Yeah, it's awful. It is cold. It is very cold out. That's not why I'm wearing this hat. I'm wearing this hat because we're 7-2. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. It's like walking in a winter. So joining us back this week, back from assignment that she
Special assignment.
Still won't say where she went. C Beanie.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Ooh, it's much brighter where you are.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. I've been moving furniture with how small I am, Not only that, packing, and it's been a lot. Plus the baby.
Did you strap it all to your back?
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could hold it, dude.
No, like mule. You know, like a mule?
What do I look like?
No, I'm just
The
saying.
packing mule, right?
You did it, though. So be proud of yourself, girl.
Yeah, I actually had like a couple dudes of my friends, like my brothers helped me out, and then my friend Michael, he actually came over tonight and helped me move up like 3 couches. A long
He goes
one.
by Michael.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. You know how I feel about that, right, buddy?
What's that?
You can just say it right now. You know how
Michael.
I feel about the name. I'm a Mike guy, right? You know
You're a
that,
Mike
right?
guy, yeah.
All right,
You
got
feel like
it.
you're getting in trouble when you hear Michael?
Yes, or my son's being called.
Mm.
There's only two reasons I hear that name, because other than that, everyone calls me Mike. I don't think anyone's ever said Michael to my name. But go ahead. I'm sorry. So the
And Buddy actually knows him too. That's the funny part.
Who, Michael?
I think so.
Who's this Michael that you speak of? I know a lot of Michaels. I know a lot of Mikes too.
He's cousins with your
ex.
Yeah,
With my ex?
one that has passed on. I'm sorry, but yeah.
He's had his cousin?
Yeah.
Michael?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, Michael.
He's her cousin? He lives in California, so I don't know. She has a cousin, Michael. He's gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he lives in California.
Yeah, this is not the right Michael.
No, it's not the same one then.
It can't be.
It cannot be the same Michael.
All right.
He's not a mover.
Buddy, did you have a girl other than that?
He's texting me now.
I've had ex-girlfriends. Yeah, I've had ex-girlfriends between the one I'm with now and the one I was married to 3 years ago.
Kim's cousin?
Who?
Kim's cousin?
Kim Vadney?
I think so.
That's my that was my wife. My wife Heather. That was her stepsister. It was a lovely woman. I love Kim a lot. And that's it. Her what?
Cousin.
Her cousin, Michael.
Hey,
I know Michael. Holy shit! Oh, look at that, huh?
He's watching now.
Yeah,
he is a Michael too. He's not a Mike.
Yeah, that is crazy. So, Bigsy, tell me something. When you put your shoes on, right, in the morning, are you more like go left to right, or do you go right to left, or does it not matter? And do you just like to slip your shoes on, or do you untie them?
Good question.
Oh, I know. I definitely slip on. I don't untie them. That's too much work.
I'm just kind of joking, really. Was trying to make a conversation that was almost as boring as the one that Buddy and Celine just had.
That's a good thing. Now I'm thinking. I think I'm a right to left person.
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah,
Cody.
left to right.
Yeah, I know Michael Cody.
Yeah, I'm a left to right person myself, but I don't like to untie my shoes. How about that? How about this? Got to an argument once about how often you should wash cargo shorts. I don't think you girls are going to want to hear the guy answer to that, but
I see the whole conversation now. Jesus.
You just don't until there's there's a reason to. Okay, so Buddy,
Love you,
the whole goal here is to take people someplace on vacation that is the right place to go. That is also fun for the whole family. I guess maybe
fun vacation week, Mike.
Where are we going?
Well, last Tuesday, I don't know about the rest of everybody else here, but I voted last Tuesday as it was election day, and I sent people to Washington, D.C. And I thought, what more of a fun place to cover where we're sending all these new people and old people back to office in scenic, beautiful, historic Washington, D.C. A nice place to go in the summertime, but holy shit, does it get hot. So make sure you visit the D.C. in like the spring when the cherry blossoms are blooming.
You know what?
Or in the fall.
You know what? I thought you were going to go a totally different direction and be more correct. I thought you were going to go, but be careful when visiting, scenic D.C., Washington, D.C., because there's a whole lot of violence going on. There's a whole lot of shit going down. There's drugs and there's wars and there's streets, but it's scenic.
People, holy
but
shit.
It's scenic. You want to see a tent city, come down, but it's scenic.
Scenic. Right.
I'm sorry. Washington, D.C. right now is like,
really
all right,
nice.
you're going to have to really convince me here. So what hotels do we have?
We have a few hotels, Mike. Why don't you ask the ladies first? Because I like
let us start with Bigsy. Let's Bigsy start. Set the tone.
Why do I always have to start?
Oh, you got a piano back there? Holy shit. Look at that room, Mike.
Oh, no. Oh, my
God. In there, dude.
God, dude. So listen to me. Want to hear something extremely bizarre? The guy we had on last night on the Paranormal Show.
You look like
the only other show I've seen him on. There was two girls that were dressed all gothically like witches with like witch stuff behind them. And he had that exact same effing green screen behind him with the piano to the left. Because in my head, I thought if I could find that green screen, I'd put it on and be like, dude, we got the same piano. That's how messed up that is that I just saw that. I'm losing my mind, but that's true. All right. I just figured you would set the tone. That way, C. Beanie can follow.
Are you actually going to let me talk, though?
It depends.
Cause every week we go through this.
It depends though.
Mike, are you gonna shut the fuck up this time?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
I could try.
Highly.
I try.
All
So
right.
what do you have for a hotel? Motel?
So we are
Okay.
going to the Hay Adams.
Like hay?
Hey.
Like horses eat hay.
They do.
Mike, yeah, Mike, you gotta look this up because this is gorgeous.
All right.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
You should pay all the hotels, Mike, because they are all pretty gorgeous.
But I don't know about the hotels until you tell me, so that's why I'm always.
They're very extravagant. They're all in Washington, D.C., Mike.
Like I
So
would never be able to stay at these hotels.
Right. No,
Right.
mine is like $400 a night. It's ridiculous.
No, hell no. If we're gonna, no.
I'm getting my cookies.
All right, be careful.
What kind of
There you go.
cookies are you eating? Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Ooh,
There you go. Go ahead.
That's fucking swank. Look at that. You
now
can see the Washington
that is a-
Monument.
Oh, those
That's
are
a-
nice.
Oh man, I would
I
so
like
twist
those
the joint
pillows.
and smoke it on that. I mean, a cigar and smoke it on that patio. Holy shit!
Mm.
Oh,
Can I make
like
one
those
last
pillows.
joke? Can I make one last joke?
No.
That is so like phallic. It's fantastic.
Phallic. Very
Right?
phallic.
Forrest Gump.
What's that?
It reminds me of Forrest Gump.
Oh, I was thinking.
No, it's very phallic. That's the first
It's
thing.
very phallic. Go ahead. Go ahead, Barbie. Go ahead with the hotel.
All right. So there's a lot of history to this. All right. So in 1884, an architect, Henry Richardson, designed homes of the corner of the 16th and H Streets for John Hay, who served as a personal secretary to President Abraham Lincoln,
Oh.
and later was U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom. And then also for Henry Adams, who was a historian and Harvard professor. He's the descendant of Presidents John Adams and John Quincy Adams. So they had houses like together.
Wow. So this is extremely white.
Oh
Very
yeah,
I like that.
this is dirty money.
Oh, the juice.
This is like straight up white men.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
beautiful, but very white. Go ahead.
Very
Sorry,
nice.
continue.
So
Look at that woodwork. Ooh.
the wives Clara and Marion, the four of them all became like super close friends, as long as same with Clarence King. So they were called the five. Hold on, I'll have to look it up. But they had some nickname that they're known for. So famous guests such as Theodore Roosevelt, Mark Twain, Henry James, and the sculptor Augustus Saint.
Gloomp. Gloomp. Augustus Gloomp. Right?
No, it's
Wasn't that his name?
Augustus Saint Gaudens.
Gloomp.
Oof.
Gloop?
You guys don't. What was the guy's name? The kid's name from Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Augustus Gloomp, right?
Yeah, the fat kid.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right. So
Phallic.
Hay died in 1905, and then Clara, who was his wife, died in 1914. So then the ownership of the home was passed to their daughter Alice and her husband, who was Senator James
Watson?
Wadsworth.
Wadsworth. Can we agree, though, that the last name Hay has just so much comedic potential? Like,
Oh, for
just
sure.
dealing with somebody that has a last name Hay, just calling them, all that stuff, that repetitive stuff. Oh, that'd be great. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
So then Adams
Wadsworth.
died in 1918. So Alice and James Wadsworth purchased their property and leased it to the Brazilian embassy.
Wow.
Yeah, there's like a lot of presidential, all that stuff.
A lot of old chandeliers. Now, see, this is. No, I don't trust this bar. Can't trust.
Oh,
the
look at
bar.
those boots, man. That's a lot. That's
You know why?
high back cushion. I like that.
No, you do not want to sit in one of the chairs.
Right at the bar too, Mike.
See, Beanie, here's a lesson for you, okay? Pay attention, please. Do never, if you're ever in a bar like this, do not sit in that chair. Put your back against the wall. All right? Because you would probably, your head might not even show at the top of that chair. You don't see anybody coming. That thing's like a blinder. Any old Italian buddy drink would tell you you sit in the corner with your back against the wall. I'm sorry. Biggsy,
You're like that short.
Biggsy, do you not agree with me that
He is kind of short.
you don't want to sit in the chair?
You're just
Watch
paranoid.
yourself.
Biggsy?
You're just paranoid.
Really? So you would sit in the chair?
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I like to see when people are coming, but I don't. It's not that big of a deal.
Thank you.
Okay, but I'm paranoid. All right. Go ahead.
Mm.
Where did you leave off?
All right. So in 1927, Washington D.C. developer Harry Wardman bought and raised both homes, so replacing them with the Hay Adams house. So that's where it became the Hay Adams house. An Italian Renaissance style, 138 room apartment / hotel, right? And that opened in 1928. So this place has 138 rooms.
Bam.
That's
Wow.
a lot.
That's not bad.
Um,
Look at that.
so a lot of prominent out-of-towners like Ethel Barrymore, Amelia Earhart, Cynthia Lewis, and Charles Lindbergh have been there.
Wow.
Biggsy, it says, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it says that it is the nearest you could be to the White House without a personal invitation from the president.
Yeah, it's like wicked close to the most scenic parts of Washington, D.C. I mean, as you saw in that picture.
Yeah, but the White House, is that scenic, I guess? Yeah.
I guess so, if you're into that shit.
Yeah, right.
Okay. It's just kind of something you can look at. It's not. It's kind of like Epcot. It's like a disappointment. Like, I don't know if you remember as a kid, like Epcot just did not live up to the hype.
I remember seeing Washington, D.C. once, and I was so disappointed because I thought it was going to be so much cooler. And all it was just like 2 security guards just like chilling, and that was it. Like, no
Yeah.
one, I was like, what the hell is this?
No, that's what I would expect though. Two security guards just chilling. That's usually what goes on, especially in DC. But these rooms are, first of all, the views are phenomenal.
Stunning, to say the least.
A lot of the wood and the structures and stuff like that is from the original Hay and Adams houses. So they kept a lot of the different like paneling and stuff like that, and the different wood.
Wow,
That's fun.
That's crazy. All right. All right. But with all this greatness, is there anything that's happened here that would lead me to say, hey, well, maybe,
My favorite part.
maybe I shouldn't go here?
All right. So besides it being an amazing hotel, are rumors that Clover is Clover, I believe, is Hayes and Claire's daughter.
Clover.
Right?
Clara
So-
had a daughter named Clover.
I believe so.
Hayes' daughter. Wait, so Alice's daughter, Clara,
No, sorry. Hold
had
on.
a daughter, Clover.
It was Henry James's daughter,
Okay.
or Henry Adams, whatever.
Either one, right?
There's too many friggin' names. All right. So legend has it that Clover fell into a dark depression after her father's death. And she took her own life.
I knew it.
So whenever Henry found Clover's lifeless body in their bedroom, Clover had ingested the chemical potassium cyanide, which is a toxic substance that's used to develop film. And Clover was a skilled photographer who used that chemical in her darkroom.
So wait a minute. How does that kill you? Can someone give me some details on that? Like what happens to the body when you put potassium so and so in your body? Because do you foam at the mouth, which
Well,
I would
yeah.
imagine.
Okay.
Well, maybe you don't. Maybe do you bleed on the inside?
Well,
Potassium chloride kills you. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh, thanks, buddy, for affirming that. But I'm trying to say, like, how does it actually go down?
I think it's ingestion, Mike. I mean,
And then what? You vomit?
Inhalation, maybe. You breathe it in, and it doesn't
Making up
agree with
words.
you.
All right.
All right. So it releases hydrogen cyanide gas, a highly toxic chemical.
Yeah, so you breathe it in.
It interferes with the body's ability to use oxygen. So you just like
close up the lungs.
Yeah.
Right.
That's awful. That's suffocating to death.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough death.
That's making yourself suffocate to death.
Yeah, that's rough.
Dude, that sucks because when you suffocate to death, there's definitely gonna be like I can hold my breath pretty long. So I'm thinking about the fact that as long as I can hold my breath, as long as I suffer.
That's like a 4 or 5 minute thing. Depending.
Isn't that awful? That's why when they say, "Would you rather die being set on fire or die drowning?" I pick fire every time. Every time, and twice on Sunday. Oh my God!
You're crazy.
Why? Why am I crazy? Think about that for a second. Do you know the terror of drowning?
I'd rather drown for a person than be set on fire.
That doesn't even make sense. I would
I'd rather save someone's life by drowning.
So you guys would all pick drowning over?
No, I don't know if I either one sucks, Mike. Both of them are.
Sorry, that's my sister in the background. She's just bringing something down. I'm sorry.
Drowning is terrifying. Drowning is like being trapped on the ice. What?
Both of them are terrifying.
Yeah, right.
I know, but I figure if on fire you go out screaming, like you can
feel your skin melting. Like you feel
that's all right. That's fine. That's fine. That's pain. See, there's a difference here. That's fine. That's pain.
I don't want pain.
I would rather go out in pain than go out in like, oh my God, by the way, I'm about to die. And just count down the seconds numbly. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'd rather be burning than be helpless. Okay, maybe I'm the only one.
All right, I just looked it up. It said which is less painful.
Painful. It's got to be obviously drowning, but I mean not mentally, or how you go to how you pass on. This is a paranormal show. I don't want to go out. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into heaven freaking out because I was drowning.
So basically, drowning, you don't feel pain. So this person burned over 20% of their body.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, burning is horrible. It's far worse. When he was burned, he understood what was happening. Where when you're drowning, you just like fill your mind with just utter panic. So you're trying to like move like all this stuff. But when you're in fire, like you can't see. Like, dude, your eyeballs melt.
Okay, check this out though.
Melt.
You're based off of somebody who possibly burned themselves and didn't die, and somebody else who didn't drown. And the question was, would you rather be burned to death or drown? Meaning end of story. And if I'm going to go out one way, the burning would be I'll take that because it's got to come to the point where it goes numb. I'm telling you, there will be a pain point where your body goes numb and you die. However, I'm under that water for 5 minutes staring up at the fact that I ain't making it. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Once you breathe in the water, like it's all over.
Yeah, that is true, but I would try not to breathe in the water.
Both of them sound awful.
Okay, so back to the Happy Hotel. I'm sorry. So she died there.
Yeah. So they said local newspaper decided to avoid the scandal. So instead of reporting Clover had passed from suicide, they reported that she had heart paralysis. She was 42. She was only 42 years old. So witnesses sometimes they say that they spot Clover's full body apparition. They can smell. They can like smell her scent, which is like the faint scent of almonds.
I thought you were gonna say like coal.
Coal.
She burnt. Didn't she burn completely to the crisp?
No, she didn't burn.
What?
She didn't burn.
Didn't she die in a fire?
Like soot.
Didn't she die in a fire? What did I miss?
They smell soot, Mike.
No,
Action flame.
she drank poison, dude.
Oh, nah, that's right. I'm sorry, I got off track. She drank poison.
The fire kick.
All right, I'm sorry. She drank the poison, which is even worse because she suffocated. That's what got me to the fire and water. Back on track. Go ahead.
So they say that locked doors lock on their own, radios turn on and off, objects are moved by unseen hands. Visitors encountered mysterious orbs, full body apparitions, and cold spots. And those that are more sensitive to the paranormal have claimed to hear a woman's low, mournful wails.
So out of all those paranormal things,
That's
first off,
awful.
I think they should take off closing doors because
Right, that happens, Mike.
I know, but it just shouldn't be reported because if I keep saying this, if a door is open, and a ghost wants to close it, what's the big deal? The door should probably be closed to begin with. What are you doing leaving doors open? Right? I have no problem with that. Secondly, my biggest only issue that people don't like me about is orbs.
Yeah, I'm not a big orb guy.
Orbs. Orbs.
Depends.
What's that?
It depends.
What I've seen,
You know?
what I've seen.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of it's like dust and stuff like that. But I saw an orb at the hall that I cannot explain.
All right. So all right. I believe you. However, out of all the paranormal, if you had to like give them all like their own little Bigfoot, this or the other, orbs get the most horrendous PR because 99% of them are literally like that's just a flash in the thing. That's just this.
Most of it can be explained.
Yeah.
But then I guess there actually is the phenomenon of people seeing it move or follow them and shit like that. See, Beanie, your any experiences with orbs?
I have.
You had to think about it, or what was the deal?
No, it was more of like, yeah.
Okay.
It was more of like sarcasm, just didn't come out right away. It was just like, I don't really know how to explain things.
How often do you see orbs?
Well, I don't really see orbs. I see more of people through my third eye, but I've caught in pictures of orbs like going like that towards the camera on my phone.
How are they going?
Like towards my camera, like you know how they fly at you and stuff.
No. Show me one more time. How are they going?
Weird. You're being weird.
Like
she's actually doing the whole. You know what I mean?
alone.
Go ahead.
But like when we went to a paranormal event, we had a room with objects from like a museum. I forgot the name. I'm sorry, but it was Annabelle and like some jewelry and like a casket for a baby and like a whole bunch of crap. And like I got a few pictures and then I went through them, and if I had my camera with me, I would have shown you, but I caught orb, like an orb flying, but you know, like I don't know how I feel like about it. I do believe in them, but at the same time, you never know what it could be. It could be an orb, or it could be like dust particles. So it's kind of very confusing on like, you know.
Upon me walking into that room, the first thing I would have done was I would have took the little coffin and put it outside the door, like for like the wait the bus people to come get, like as I'm getting rid of dishes. because that's not staying in the damn room with me. There's no way in hell I'm staying in.
I was in the room with Annabelle, so I was like,
I don't give a crap about that. I'm not staying in the room with the kid's coffin. Ain't gonna happen.
Fucking hate dolls.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. That's creepy as all goddamn hell. But all right. Bigsy, back to you.
I'm all done.
Hold on with what? There's one haunted thing that's happened there.
I named off a bunch.
Okay. There's nothing.
Then
Has there ever been a murder?
no,
Has there ever been a conspiracy there?
probably, but it's probably not known because you know how the politics work.
Right.
That was one of the best like on air non-answers. Perfect. It was like perfect. Like that, you're perfect. That's like a right. She was like, yeah, just that's yeah. Buddy, what do you think about orbs?
Let me tell you something about orbs,
taking
Mike.
a glass
I
of
think that with the use of digital technology, that we are more apt at seeing things that we wouldn't normally see with our own eye or with the former technology that was used with photographs. And that honestly, I think 99.9% out of the things that people claim to be orbs are actually just
dust
particles of
particles.
moisture, dust particles. I've seen them be coincidental with EVPs, and I'll still say it's just a coincidence that it's just a piece of dust. Or orbs will always grab the least amount of attention from me as far as evidence is concerned, because I don't think it's anything more than something natural. And that's my stance on orbs, Mike.
I'm of the belief that someone from the West Coast were to listen to this podcast and just listen to the accents and the complete mispronunciation of words, like the brutality at which we mispronunciate words has been incredible so far.
Mhm.
And I'll say we should keep it up as a team.
Absolutely, Michael.
So, C Beanie, are you ready with your hotel?
Well, I will do the best I can for you. Okay. I did my best doing research. I tried getting as much as I could. So
What is the name of the hotel, buddy?
The Omni Shoreham.
Oh my
Hotel,
god!
I believe it's called.
Oh my fucking
Can you
god!
talk about my?
I'm just saying.
I got it. Shoreham.
It's-
Which is Shoreham?
It's also located uptown DC, Washington.
Uptown.
Built in 1930. 1930.
Okay.
Good times.
Great oldies.
Built in
B101. Hold on.
1930.
I'm gonna share with you. All right. Go ahead. Continue. Built in 1930. We heard that part. Go.
Okay, good. I had to say it like 3 times, so it's okay.
Oh, we heard it. All three.
President Franklin hosted a ball. I think it was called like a ball, like where people would dance and stuff, right?
Right.
And soon after, multiple other presidents would come back in the 1933. The rest of our presidents would go there to finish off having these balls, and that's
What?
all I got for like.
What happens with balls? What?
Rewind that back. They would go there to finish off having the balls.
You know, like ball dancing and shit. Like, how else can I explain? I don't really know the name of. I'm not a history teacher here, you know. Let me just
By the way,
say,
by the way, Drake should drop a song called "Ball Dancing and Shit." That's a hit tune. Ball
That'd be
dancing and
Went
shit.
off.
Now, what I'm asking is,
And shit.
what was the ball held within the bowels of this hotel?
Bowels.
It's a
It was
word.
in the anus.
The
What?
bowels of the
No. It's,
So
all right. Where was the ballroom located in proximity to the rooms? It's in the same building, correct?
Should be, yeah.
You would think.
Bingo. So they would have their fun downstairs, and these are the rooms they would come back to be white and
Oh, they're
figured out
beautiful.
how to
What?
run everything.
Oh, I would like to stay
Those
there.
That looks boring as all hell.
Oh, that's a good looking couch though, Mike.
Thank you. I
couch.
like them.
How that's probably like plush and
That
soft.
couch looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah, probably. It's not a couch I would want to come out of the shower and sit on. That's awful.
Oh my God!
That's
Wait
amazing.
a minute.
Look at
I don't
that. Oh,
see
that's a
that.
good
part.
Oh,
pool.
and there's a
Wait.
pool. Look at that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that part.
Wow.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, let's go to the spa.
Wait a minute. Let's let Bigsy say the word.
Spa.
Ah,
Yeah, fuck it up.
So cute.
you say it so much better than all of us.
How do you say it?
Spa.
Spa. It's so
Watch,
cute.
watch,
You're
listen, wait.
adorable.
Wait, I'm gonna go, Buddy will go, and then you're gonna go. Just be normal. I just want you to hear the difference. Ready? Spa. Buddy,
Spa.
hear it?
No.
Ah!
We're like spa,
Spa.
and you're like spa.
Spa.
You do an
Spa.
A. It's so cute. I love
You
it.
give it a little extra. You just give it a little something. It's okay. It works. Now, go on with this hotel.
Spa.
Oh, there you go,
So,
buddy.
I
Jim.
did. I did the best that I could with the history, and I couldn't find any more details. So I moved back onto the paranormal side. So room 3870 is haunted by Henry. Dr. Henry,
All right.
and I guess what is heard is this woman by the name of Melanie. No, not Melanie.
When in doubt, make it up and just keep going.
Okay, I guess. Okay, Melanie. And a servant actually fell and died in the hotel. Like they collapsed and died. I don't know how they died. Like I tried finding out how they died and I couldn't find it. So I just
Yeah, what do you telling, like a Quentin Tarantino story, for Christ's sake? You gave me the middle of it and you took me back to the beginning. I
Right.
still don't know where we're going. You're like, there's something girl, and then the Melanie, and then this guy dropped to his death, and they collapsed.
No,
No one
there's-
knows what happened.
And
I'm-
Melanie died, right?
Who died again?
A servant and
Yep.
a girl named Melanie.
yeah. So I'm right.
No, wait a minute. No,
I'm
you're
asking.
not. She's asking, not confirming.
I thought. Okay. Yeah.
See,
I get.
that proves
Oh,
my point, I think.
Come on, I'm flip flopping. Just go with it, please. I'm trying my best here. Like.
You're
You're
doing a great
doing it,
job.
girl. Don't you worry. You're doing it.
All right. So basically they passed away, like and then
They're the people that haunt the place. Is that what we're saying?
yes,
Is
and
that why we're looking them up?
there's also rumor that a man is haunting the location as well, where there's moving of furniture, there's people being touched, there's the curtains being moved, the lights are functioning. Sorry,
Malfunction. Yep.
yeah, like they're not working or they're just twitching and whatever. And then I also feel like when people go there, they're like not comfortable. Like from like what I've looked at and what I've heard, like it's a beautiful place and you would love to go for the view and like look at those chairs right there. They're so nice.
Oh, I got
sorry.
you.
Listen.
I got you.
All right.
All right.
Listen.
So, hold on.
All right.
Hold on. This is going to confirm her story.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
This is on actual news. All right. They did an article about it in 2011. All right.
Jeez.
So let me find it. So Henry Doherty moved to the and like with his family, they moved to the 8th floor apartment with a housekeeper, Juliet Brown. Brown woke up ill one morning and reached for the phone to dial a doctor. A few hours later, an engineer noticed that the phone line was off the hook and he discovered her dead with the phone hanging just inches from her hand. The coroner reported she died of natural causes, but later the Doherty's family's daughter also died in the suite, leading to rumors of suicide or drug overdose.
That's crazy because when I was reading and looking at like videos and stuff, it basically said that they both just died, like just randomly just died. And
Yeah,
I was
they
just
don't really know why that they're thinking natural causes, but because the family daughter like also died, there are different rumors.
Okay. So, all right. So this place is beautiful. I mean,
yeah.
it's got like
Look at more red chairs.
Ooh.
Oh, a worker fell to his death from the balcony in 1997 during renovations.
So that was the guy I was talking about then that, like is haunting the place. Like maybe he was the one moving the furniture, moving the curtains, like because he, like that explains a lot from what I was saying. Because
But- wouldn't he be considered like one of those new ghosts from like 1997? Like, does he have the same kind of rep? Do you think the old ghosts have? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, 1997 is not that long ago. This guy died off a thing. Like,
But I feel like because he was working, like he probably has like residual like energy, and like he just thinks he's like working still.
yeah, probably.
or pissed that he didn't stay home. He didn't get to
Honestly,
collect.
though, like he might not even know he died. Like dying like that fast and tragic. Like sometimes I feel like you don't even know.
But what if that girl killed that woman? Like the maid, like the woman that was like taking care of the house too,
Yeah.
yeah, with the drugs. Like what if she was sleeping and like she overdosed her and they thought it was natural causes and it was her that did it to her?
Crazy shit.
But then what? And then she killed herself after.
Yeah, so she wouldn't get caught. What if that was the case? Because people are getting touched.
Sign me up.
Here's my problem with this. They show you the fact that there's like a pool garden, which makes me think about alcohol in the pool.
Of course.
My favorite bar is a bar that's located in a pool.
Yep.
For some reason, those have always been my favorite pool bars. Isn't that kind of weird? But like,
as long as it's a heated pool, it's nice and warm for me because I don't like cold water.
Usually, it's in a tropical area, though.
Like Aruba.
Yeah, I'm not. That I don't want the water heated. It'll be fine just by the heat of it.
Heat, and then it'll be nice and heated for you.
Wow.
That's not. See, look. You know what that's messed up with that is because for any of us that have ever
do it a couple times.
If any of us that have ever had to work with kids or have had kids or been around kids and you're in the ocean and you come upon those spots that get suddenly extremely warm.
Oh, you little bastard.
It's like about the curtains in a hotel room. Once you know, it never gets out of your head.
No, have you seen a piece of shit float up before?
It's not a Snickers bar, is it?
A little boy shit right next to me, and I just went the opposite direction.
Ooh, don't drink the water.
I have a story.
Okay.
The other day, so I work with pre-K.
Yep.
And the other day, I kept on like getting like a whiff of shit, and I'm like, what the hell? So I thought it was like maybe one of the kids' diapers, like because a couple of them still have diapers on. Then another kid goes, Mrs. Dodge, I smell poop. And I'm like, oh, I don't, but I did. And then all of a sudden he goes, Mrs. Dodge, there's poop on the floor. And then on the gym floor. So I called the office and I was like, we got a number 2 on the gym floor. And
All right.
like, oh, what? And I was like, oh, there's poop on the floor. And
So-
then over the walkie-talkie, the girl in the front office was like, oh, look, we need cleaning up at the gym on the gym floor. There's number 2. The assistant principal goes,
That's great.
clarify what that means. She goes, there's poop on the floor.
It's good to know in emergencies the teacher's got it all locked down. It's a number
Let
2.
down their pants.
It's number 2. All right. So just because you guys was working at the Boys Club summer type camp thing, and they always put me in charge of the older kids or the kids that had issues. So this kid Josh, who was a heavier set kid, but brilliant kid, he comes up and says, "Mike, can I use the bathroom?" And I was always like, "Dude." So my kids, I was like, "You don't have to ask me to use the bathroom. Just use the bathroom." He goes in, comes out of the bathroom. Now he walks. Now we all sit against the wall, all the counselors, whatever, in the head. This woman her last name was, I'll say it, her last name was Dragon. And if there was ever a fitting name, like I would fight with her over what I deemed cruelty to the kids. Like she was such a miserable Viking of a woman. Anyways, I digress. Josh walks by us. From the top of his shirt to the bottom where his knees are, shit, all the way down. And dude, my face as he goes by goes like, "Oh, come on, what the fuck?" Because I know this is my kid. Wait, like I get him, I pull him in. I'm like, "Josh, what the happened?" I don't know. I'm like, it was a bee, and I threw the roll of toilet paper, and I missed it. It clogged the other toilet. I'm like, "What's it got to do with shit on your back?" Like, he's like, "Oh." Wait, listen to me. So this all goes on, right? I change his clothes. It's a whole day process. Mom comes in. We have a whole like extra half-hour conversation. I get to stay later for work, right? Whatever. The next day, Josh comes up to me. I swear my dad comes up to me at lunch, says to me, "Mike, can I use the bathroom?" I said, "Josh, yes. But you remember we talked about yesterday? Like, take your shirt off or roll it all the way up. Like, keep your shirt away from wherever the stuff's coming out." And he laughed. I go back to my seat. Josh comes out, walks by us. Swear to God, shit. Top of his neck, all the way to the bottom where his knees are.
Oh my God.
What did he do? Sit inside the toilet?
How does that happen?
So now I'm faced with something that wasn't a one-time weird fluke, but now I'm dealing with the kid who has obviously figured out a way to smear feces. My bet was that he was going on the ground and then sliding in it, because it looked like if I had a roller and I had to paint somebody with it, that's the best I could describe it.
Getting sick.
I can't hear this.
Now I ask you,
He's not gonna tell me.
did I beat your poop stories?
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I can
Don't
blow
bring
you
up
all
poop
the
stories
water.
anymore if you want to go there.
I can't do this anymore.
What else you got to say, C Beanie, about that motel,
that was
holiday?
it.
You good, buddy? Guess who's up?
Oh, that'd be me, Mike. Okay, so we're gonna go to what's been called the second nicest house in all of Washington, D.C. We know that the first would be the White House, allegedly, but this is called the Mayflower Hotel. Mike, please bring us into the Mayflower Hotel's lobby, and I will tell the story of a grand hotel.
All right, buddy. I'm not like
The Mayflower, Mike.
I'm not like the Wizard of friggin' Oz. Give me a second. There it is. Hold on. I think this is it.
All right, the Mayflower was built in 1925 at a cost at the
It
time.
is beautiful. Jesus Christ.
At the time was $6.4 million, which equals to today's dollars at over $100 billion.
Buddy, its logo is like nothing else, is what it says.
Like nothing else.
Exactly like nothing else.
The history of this place is immense. It's tremendous. It's so it was built in 1925. Just 2 weeks after opening in 1925, it hosted the ball of recently the inaugural ball, if you will, of President Calvin Coolidge. We'll get into it a little bit later.
One of the best.
That looks
One
like
of
the
the
ball
best
from
president.
The Shining.
Looks
What's
like
that?
The Shining, doesn't it?
That's like the ball from The Shining.
Right. That's why that's what I thought of it as soon as I saw it.
Oh, I was thinking Calvin Coolidge is one of the greatest presidential names that goes unnoticed. Like that name, Calvin Coolidge. Come on.
He's got cool in his fucking name, man. How much cooler can you
His
be?
two C's. Wait, it rhymes. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
You know, fun fact about Calvin Coolidge, he comes from Vermont, and his presidential home is like this little village where they make cheese. Where the family used to make cheese, and they still make cheese today. It's some of the best cheese I've ever had. So anyway,
buddy, where's the interesting story?
I'm sorry, I'm moving past it. I'm going
Oh.
past it.
I thought you were going to tell us one.
Since 1925, every inaugural ball was held there from 1925 to 1981, ending with President Ronald Reagan. So every 4 years they would have another huge shining light ball like that. Beautiful people would dance and ballroom dance and all that good fun shit. Twice in history, the Mayflower has been the location where a U.S. presidential campaign has been announced.
Wow. Sorry.
First by Franklin Delano Roosevelt in 1931. He
Wow.
announced his campaign for president in 32.
Buddy.
Look at that ballroom, Mike.
I would want to pack that room.
Lots of balls in that ballroom, Mike.
No.
Lots of balls.
Like, listen, I would want to perform in that room, get people up in those upper things, like the Muppets, right? Obviously, Big Z and C Beanie would be up there.
Talking shit
The whole time, no matter how good I'm doing, just talking shit the whole time, which works. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. That's a great
The roast of Mike.
What's that?
So again, in 1948, Harry Truman announced his 1948 campaign at the Mayflower. This beautiful building has served home to many in D.C. throughout the years, being a home to FDR's vice president called it home for 2 years, and actually J. Edgar Hoover, when he was not cross-dressing, when he was director of the FBI, he would. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he would lunch there every single day at the Rib Cafe at the beautiful Mayflower. However, the Mayflower has been known for some scandalous events. Being right in Washington, D.C., you couldn't be surprised at all. Starting in 1961, political sex scandals involving Judith Exner, who claimed to be President Kennedy's mistress. She stayed at the hotel while
Wait a minute, time out.
President for sexual affairs.
Time out.
Scandalous.
What is her name?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that bed is so nice.
What's her name?
Scandalous Judith Exner.
All right. Now,
Brian
I
Swift,
don't have-
Judith Sexner.
that's fine. And who is she?
Kennedy.
Who is she allegedly?
JFK that got blown away some years later.
Oh,
All right.
that-
Wait a minute.
She and Marilyn was doing him.
Wait a minute. Yeah. See, that's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong.
JFK got plenty of ass, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. That ain't scandalous. That was business.
He
That
got
was
my
just,
girl Monroe.
Right.
dude. Him and his brother, good Marilyn Monroe. You have no
Right.
idea how the Kennedys rolled.
He was a Catholic president in
What about
1960.
Elvis
Holy shit, that was not okay. But okay, go on.
No, JFK was, dude. He was known having.
He was Bill Clinton's idol. He was a pimp.
He was a man whore.
He was a man whore.
He was a Mac.
He was a man whore.
Look at that.
Man
Look at
whore.
this.
He
We
was
be
gay.
staying here, buddy. The presidential suite.
Oh, that's where he banged.
Oh, so nice.
Like
Look at
the
those chairs.
70s.
Look at those furry chairs, Mike.
I don't know. That's like the 70s.
Hey, buddy. See how there's one chair higher than the rest?
That's where the president sits, Mike.
No, buddy. You know who'd sit there if we went?
I would, bitch. I would. Not you.
Wow.
I'm not.
Bitch.
I haven't said it was going to be me.
Oh, I'm going to break out the Miller Lights for this one.
I never said it would be me. I was referring to Buddy, but you know what?
Girls first.
Biggsy, you're the only one that didn't slam me on that. Why not?
Because we're never going to go there.
So, oh yeah, all right.
Because
Anyway,
she's on my side, you know.
you know what? No, screw you all.
Face
I would.
the wall so you'll be able to see everything.
They
I'd
give
call-
me the offer, but I'll pass.
I'll call dibs on that chair. Go ahead. Next.
So not only did Judith Exner and President Kennedy had a thing, I'm sure there were a ton of presidents in between that did, but also Monica Lewinsky stayed at the Mayflower Hotel when her affair with President Bill Clinton was in the news, and she was extensively interviewed by federal investigators about the scandals in the presidential suite at the Mayflower.
All right. Wait. Stop.
Cigar
Stop.
story. All that
Stop.
happened.
Stop.
At the
Now,
Mayflower.
You just missed it. There was another bench.
Beanie, you probably are not familiar with the whole Clinton thing. That was probably like a little bit before your time of paying attention to that kind of stuff. What's that? And I'm going to get on to that. I'm going to get on to that. Now,
we're going to talk about the 1990s history here.
This is the tempo at which I speak. Biggs, you probably do know.
Didn't you sing "Happy Birthday" to him too?
That's Marilyn Monroe to JFK.
Yeah.
We're in a different couple of decades later with a different type of
still
whore.
being a man.
We're like 1998 right now. That was like 1998.
Anyways,
I digress.
She's a chubby intern, right?
That he screwed.
That falls in love with him because he's the most powerful man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't blame her for falling for
money.
The most important. No, the most.
He's very charismatic too. Bill Clinton was.
But he's also the most important man in the world. Like,
he played a saxophone on Letterman.
I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is, and which is what I want to know. I'm gonna ask Biggsy. She's sorry, you're a little older. Do you still see her as the whore like everybody else did, or how do you view her?
I see that Wolf was.
All right, so I'm not that old, first of all. So
I know. I didn't say that.
And he's saying you're older than me.
And second of all, no. You know what? I don't claim anyone to be a whore that wants to go out and do whatever. But when you are in that situation, I can only imagine the stuff that he would say to her, like the manipulation, like all that stuff. I can only imagine. I mean, when you're that powerful, you can say whatever.
Whatever.
You
could promise her whatever.
Yep.
What?
He wasn't even that cute.
No, he wasn't. But my point is, on top of that, right?
Actually.
So he gets out of that by saying that he did not have relations with this woman, right?
They all say that.
Now, but
once he says part of him on our dress, so
once he says that, she's now seen as a whore.
Yeah, because it's honestly though, if it was the other way around, if there was a woman president and there was a guy who claimed to have sex relations with the woman president, she would still be seen as the whore, even if he didn't really do it. It's a sexist thing.
Oh, without a doubt it is. But my point is, he gets away with that scandal. He walks away with it. Somehow his wife's like, she doesn't want to screw up the whole machine, so she's just like, whatever.
Well, because she's a puppet anyways.
Yeah, she's like, chalk it up, and then they move on to the next thing, and then Monica's left with a whole life of being known as a whore and the woman who blew the president, which
ruined her life.
That's not the nickname you want. Like, you don't want that one tag on your resume. You don't want, I blew the president.
If you're into politics, like, no one's gonna take you seriously. Like, when you have like when you're that up there, like as a woman or just anyone in general, and you have that bad of a nickname, like, you're fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like, you're not getting any job in the politics, like in the politician things, nothing.
No, the political world, first of all, in the political world, if you're not connected to begin with, you're not going to get in. But on second, if you're going to try to be this outsider coming in, you got to be so squeaky clean nowadays that forget about it. But I mean, even back then, again, so that's, I always, whenever that comes up and we bring her up, I always bring that up because I feel like she gets a bad rap in that sense, right? And I feel like people go, but they always point to her as being the one because it seems like he got away with it. In other words, it seems like he moved on. That was it. We didn't talk about it again. So it seems like he almost, I don't want to say won that whole argument,
Yeah.
that
I mean,
but
he
he
still got to live his life.
He
because
got put on trial and all that. It was he was up for perjury initially, so I mean, it was could have been
Wait,
scary for Bill Clinton.
there's
Didn't he get impeached?
there's video he
I
did.
just didn't be-
There is video footage of him being asked about her and his thoughts, and he immediately starts to talk about what he lost from that whole thing. What there is actually an interview on YouTube. Trust me, I know this. I'm up at 3, 4 in the morning. There is it's out there where he's complaining about it. All right, buddy. What else about your beautiful hotel now?
Oh, so yeah. I get so wrapped up in the whole Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton nostalgic moment there. On March 10th, 2008, the New York Times reported that New York Governor Eliot Spitzer patronized a high-class prostitution service called Emperor's Club VIP while staying at the Mayflower on
No,
February.
buddy. What was the name of the place?
wait, no.
What was the name of the company? What was the name of the company?
Yeah,
again?
I knew you would like this, Mike. Emperor's Club VIP. You got to
Hold
know
on,
right away
hold on.
what you're getting into.
Buddy,
When you go
Emperor's
there.
Club VIP,
VIP,
Washington D.C.
Washington D.C.
All right, I'll just Google it.
All right, on February the 13th, Spitzer allegedly had sex for over 2 hours with a $1,000 an hour call girl in room 871. Ooh, let's stay there. While registered under the alias George Fox. Rhymes with another word that he
But
was
that's a
doing
bad.
in room 871.
That's a horrible name.
It is.
Horrible. No thought process
It's
at
just
all.
all this negative, awful energy that surrounds. Oh, I mean, kind of some good energy that surrounds it, but a lot of political, a lot of important, a lot of ego energy that's soaked into this place. There is some paranormal activity that takes place, but it's very light, and it's connected to Mike's favorite president, Calvin Coolidge. So if you're ready to delve into that, or if you want to talk about high class whores, we can talk about high class whores and delve into the paranormal.
Calvin Coolidge. He haunts the place.
Not Calvin Coolidge. Okay, so Calvin Coolidge, the night of his inaugural ball, he got a elected president. He gets inaugurated on the 20th. He swears, blah blah blah. So I'm going to hold up the Constitution. Blah blah blah. He walks. He parades through the city. And then they go to the Mayflower, and they have this giant ball in this beautiful new hotel that Calvin Coolidge does not attend because he's mourning the death of his 16-year-old son who died the day before. Crushing. So now,
what's the kid's name?
I don't know, Bill Coolidge.
Billy.
So every night, or Fred Coolidge, I think it was Fred. Every night, every January 20th, on the anniversary of Fred's death, on the 8th floor where the president stayed,
871.
Not 871. That's where the high class whores was, but this was the 8th floor where the presidential suite is. Where Monica Lewinsky stayed, and all the lights will flicker and go out. The elevator will stop on the 8th floor for 10 minutes, and then at 10 o'clock, because that's what time he would have gotten called in, and it will go down to the first floor and open only there, and that's where he would have gotten out and gone into the ball. And it does that every year at the same time since 1925.
So wait a minute.
I want to go there for that.
I want to go there just on this date just to see this.
Yeah, same.
Guys, if it happens every single year, does that not make you think it's rigged? Every year? Every year.
Maybe, Mike. I don't know. Maybe it's spiritual. Maybe it's unexplained, Mike. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I gotta tell you, you're pretty good with props.
You like the glasses?
Yeah.
Give
Give you
on the
props.
bottom. I'm on vacation. Let me grab them. I get the bright light. I get the sunglasses. I get the beer. Can't go wrong, Mike.
Beer?
I'm saying we're on busy too much.
So
You start saying apartments and yard and shit like that.
have you ever been to Washington, D.C.?
No, I wish
Why do you wish?
to get away.
All right, well, I get that part. But why do you want to go to Washington, D.C.?
The view.
Okay. See, now, all I remember we had a tour in high school. You can go to Washington D.C.
Yeah.
And that was one of those tours where I realized I don't like looking at stuff, like unless it's something interesting. And that stuff was so like, hey, another building. Hey, another building. Hey, another building. Bigsy right now is yelling about something. She's telling cook something. She's like, just start the water, then throw the pasta in, and then I'll come in and I'll make the meatballs. What? You want veal? I'm not making veal. What? Get back to the show. What? No, I can't. I can't cook steak. What was I saying, buddy? Do you remember where I left off?
Well,
No, I'm
Talking
just
about
kidding.
pasta.
the buildings, seeing building up the building.
What?
Seeing the building up the building and
Yeah,
watching
it's boring as hell. It's boring
That's
as hell.
right,
And,
you're
and worse than that is that literally that area, the surrounding area, is horrendous.
I
Horrendous.
only go there to redo the Jenny and Forrest Gump scene.
Do they have that actual bench?
No, the one where she's like running across the water.
The water.
I
Oh.
love it. Water. I love it.
While he's doing the speech from Vietnam.
Oh my god.
You should do that because have you ever been to Philadelphia?
Yes.
No.
No.
All right. First, I'll say this about Philadelphia. I hate Philadelphia. It's a horrible city, horrible sports fans. I hope all their sports teams just quit. It's actually a pretty good city. It was like a lot of fun. It's like a little bit like between Frisco meets Boston. But I got to pose next to the Rocky Balboa statue.
Oh, iconic.
And it's up now on the stairs. Like it's down below, but then there's that iconic shot of him standing on the top of the stairs that if somebody just stands back enough and you put your hands up, I have the photo. It's awesome. It's the greatest shot. So it's like you can stand in that same Rocky spot. So that's the only thing that would make me geek out is like a Rocky thing. So I can only imagine like you should do that if you like the movie that much.
Mm.
But I bet you there's a heavy fine.
Yeah, it's like all like fenced off. But I would just like
That
want to
sucks.
be there to like see and just envision it.
But you know what, buddy? I was almost gonna ask you what movie you would want to be in, and then I just said no. I'm gonna stop it right there. I just edited myself without even saying a word. There's no way I'm doing that. No way I'm
That's good,
talking
Mike.
there.
That's good.
Beanie, what do you got going on? To let the people know about how they
I'm
can contact
sorry.
you?
All I can think about is your skunk tail.
What? My beard?
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh my
Fine.
god!
Fine.
That's great. That's great.
I get it all the time. It's fine.
Oh, I bet you do, Grimps.
Your raccoon beard.
Yes. Is that all you got to say, or you want to add something?
I love it.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I know.
That's
Me too.
great.
I do too. That's the worst part.
Make sure you take this day tomorrow morning.
That'll never happen. That's not gonna happen. Now, do you want to say anything, or
You want to travel? Is what you're saying?
I'm gonna pass it on to someone else before I start to verbally regret myself. So, Bigsy, anything you'd like to add about Warner?
Yeah, so we have our
Oh, wait, can I say something? I gotta say this. Every time I look at the Warner paranormal investigating scholarship, what's the whole name?
Warner Paranormal Explorers.
All right, there it is. It's always you and Justin sitting down and what?
It's right
What?
it's right on the screen, right by my
I-
name.
Yeah, I know. There's a thing called sarcasm. It's always you and your husband sitting in white t-shirts at the table, minding all the stuff, and then it's always pictures of Matt in really really cool places, meeting really cool people. Every
Yeah,
time.
Yeah, because I don't like to talk to people, so
Why do you let him not do his share of the time at the table?
Yeah.
He
He
does.
does?
He does.
Yeah.
Then you
He's
guys don't take pictures. Then you don't take pictures, obviously.
No.
Well, no, I yelled at him for not including us in pictures, but you know, Matt's Matt, and he'll never change. So
Right.
I just, yeah, like this is the Paracons are his things. We're just there for support. But honestly, it's probably our last Paracon because I don't like talking to people on the weekends.
Right.
Bang. Right? It's not that you don't like talking to people. It's after a while, right? If you get the same.
We've only been to 2 Paracons, but it's a long day, and then like there's some weird people sometimes.
Good for you for realizing that after only 2 Paracons. I can't tell you how many fucking Paracons I've been to and how the same people and the same awful experience. Yeah.
I just wait. I want to ask you this: did you end up having the same conversations to the point where you started to wonder, do these people think this, or is this almost like a cliche like thing they've read because of the way they're all saying the same sort of stuff?
No, I mean, Matt brought Emily, so we were talking about the doll that he has. So like that was a big thing. But for the most part, like everyone that I've met there and talked to are so nice. Like,
yeah, always.
We've met like I actually became friends with like a bunch of people from Paris.
How are you?
Because like those are the people that I'm like, oh my god, like I can relate to. Like they're not like, oh this or this that. Like they're not a whole. I know everything about paranormal. It's more of
they ask questions and want to know more things.
Yeah. They're not a know-it-all.
Yeah.
See,
so people.
I was one of those people.
You're getting you're getting exactly the point of the conversation I had last night with the guy about why I like doing these shows and doing paranormal this way. Is because I like to get to know new people with new stories and hear new things, and then expand like even out of this area, like what other people see, how they do it. What's your techniques? What are you thinking? Because if you stay in the same circle for too long, you're going to hear the same stuff, and that's it. Yeah. And that's not, to me, that's not the whole point of like a paranormal experience would be to find stuff out, right? To grow stuff.
Yeah, it's like, so it's cool because I'll talk to people that never would have even imagined them like believe in that stuff, and then like they're like, oh, I had this experience. Like this one woman showed me this unbelievable video that she actually a nurse caught at a hospital when her sister passed away, and it was unbelievable. I think, did you see that, Selene, at Fairfest, Maine?
No, I didn't get to.
Oh, she was there. And it was like the most unbelievable video. Like I had chills watching it.
Wait. Hold up. Rewind. What lady was it? Because there was
that was just like there. Like she was just speaking. Like she wasn't a guest or anything like that. Like she was just a visitor.
Oh, crazy. Huh.
Yeah. Like she showed someone else, and then someone was like, "Oh, you need to go like show the people at the Warner Paranormal like table," and it was unbelievable.
All right. So again, the best part about things are personal experiences rather than performances. Like, in other words, someone coming up and telling you a story that actually hits you and you go, oh my God, I think that's real, is way more important, and it is actually has a much bigger impact on you than if you sat and listened to somebody speak to like a group.
Yeah. I don't like I don't listen to the talkers and stuff like that, because it's just, they just talk about themselves basically. But the Paracons, like, it's nice to get together with other like teams, and then now that we have the hall, a lot of people are interested in coming to the hall. So like now we're getting a lot of like paranormal teams to come and like investigate the hall. So we're trying to build like a para unity and to like for people to come to the hall and like check the hall out.
Hall seems like a fun place to go. The only place I could be more fun that would be Block Island.
I want to go so bad.
I gotta tell you, that's probably the only place that's more fun. Is probably
more ghost hunting availability per capita than anywhere else.
And it's going with me.
I guarantee it.
Plus, it's Block Island.
So there's plenty of beers in on Black Island.
They had that song. What was the song, buddy? It was
On an
something.
island with you guys,
Um,
I need to drink a lot of beer.
What is it?
What'd you say? Wait. Because
I love Big Z.
What did you say?
I said if I'm stuck on an island with you guys, I need to drink a lot of beer.
Well, you can
plenty of
keep me.
beers.
You can get rid of that.
Sail away on the Black
Why? So they
Island.
your
Yeah, watch the
personality.
Beast
So they your,
together. I'd love that.
you need to drink a lot of beer so your personality gets to the point where we can stomach it, and we're like, all right, that's enough. We
Leave her
hang with you.
alone.
Is that why you get to drink so much beer, Bigsy?
Mike, don't even. I will roast the fuck out of you right
Oh,
now.
as if.
Do it.
Time out. Time out. I want to put everybody on notice just one time. All the buttons, everything here, I run.
All the buttons.
Any kind of joke,
All of them.
insult, I probably already have written down somewhere on my madman's notebook.
Madman.
If you think I'm not ready for a roast from anybody at any time,
Come on, roast the shit out of him.
then you
bro.
forget how paranoid, quote unquote, or as you do, I am.
What the fuck is that?
You did this like 3 times on the show.
It's called Spear Fingers. It's not the Four Fingers.
Whatever it was, dude. It's like you're like, yeah. I'm like, what the
Fine.
fuck? Stars?
On, bring it
You were
on.
just saying,
I
Mike.
thought you're just doing jazz hands. I don't know how you're doing.
No, that's different. That's answer.
My point is, I just say it once. I'm on like Donkey motherfucking Kong. Trust me. On that. So,
Yeah,
understand
well,
that.
I'd love to see her roast
Hey,
the shit out of you.
understand that.
I'd pay to see that shit.
Anything else
I'm
still
getting my
going on?
wallet right now.
Anything else going on with the Warner?
All I want to say is that I love that you have to stomach my. You have to stomach my. What did you say?
Bullshit.
My personality, even though you beg me to go on a show every single time. So, but anyways, yeah. So the only thing that's going on is the fair on
The
December 4th.
Yeah, I should be going there.
Good, yay!
I want to go and see you guys so bad. So like,
We'll be there. It's
I'll try to
When
see
is
if
it?
I can get a
When is
ride
it?
somehow.
the holiday fair that we're having.
When?
It's December 4th. And buddy, don't even say that you're gonna go because you were supposed to go to Salem Con.
I tore my meniscus. It's fun to say, but it sucks in reality. And it
I
wasn't up to
tore
all
my
the walking.
ACL and meniscus.
Hey,
Don't have
maybe
that.
I can
I've done
get
it
all
before, too,
3
so-
of us to go.
It's December 4th.
Wicked piss at Paraffin.
4.
Maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go.
Buddy, come on, let's go. Come
Buddy,
back.
do you have anything to say to wrap it up?
I do. Next week on Legit Paranormal on Sunday. Jesus Christmas on Sunday. Oh my God, I'm having issues. What are we doing? We're having a guest. He's a UFO hunter, if you will, not a ghost hunter like us, but a UFO hunter. His name is oh God, here we go. Lee Strauss. Lee Strauss will be joining us on the show. He looks for UFOs and aliens and the ones from the sky, not the illegal ones from Mexico. So join us live next Sunday. Also, I don't know, just tune into Ocean State Paranormal on Facebook. You might see new things. You might not. I had a whole bunch of time off because I have a torn meniscus, so God knows what I put up.
Torn what?
As evidence is concerned.
What did you tear?
Meniscus, Mike. Meniscus.
All right, I'm just checking, double checking. You keep saying different.
Meniscus.
Yeah.
Rhymes with kiss.
Buddy, we have the 2 beers coming out by
Oh,
Thursday.
yeah. Dude, we got 2 beers from Six Pack. We're relabeling Legit Paranormal Brew and Balthon Ghoul and Italian Pilsner. We're developing beers with both Line Cider, which I got to email them this week, and Bravo Beer Works next spring or early summer. So we're gonna have beer in liquor stores and bars, if you're Courtney, all over Rhode Island, hopefully, and nearby Massachusetts and Block Island. So sail with me on the Block Island ferry. Take a trip back to carefree times. Leave today. Block Island awaits you. Just leave Mike Lepre behind. And that's all I gotta say.
Buddy, we also received an incredible gift from our buddy Jerry. I'm going to call him Uncle Jerry.
Uncle Jerry.
Who is helping us out with our T-shirt production.
Oh, right. We're gonna have T-shirts in production soon.
That is going to be a phenomenal addition.
Phenomenal.
And I appreciate it, Jerry. So as we wrap it up here on a Monday night on November 14, 2022. Is it 22 still? Yeah. For C Beanie, for Big Z Dodge, for Buddy Money, there it is, me, Mike Leprey, King Mike L. This was Legit Paranormal Vacation Planners, brought to you by Legit Paranormal, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. See you again next week.